Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the Sean Here channel. And today, ladies and gentlemen, kind of an unplanned video for real. Kind of just wanted to get on here and talk about The Boys. Now, I know this is a very, very hot topic right now because the series literally ended today. But I really wanted to get on here and talk about the finale. And really, just season 5 in general. Now, a lot of people have been criticizing this show, a lot of good reviews, a lot of people saying it's mid, which I kind of agree with. I'll get into that. And a lot of people, which I don't really agree with, have been saying it's like worse than Game of Thrones or Stranger Things. I don't know if it's that bad, but it's I would say, if you guys are, by the way, spoiler warning for anybody who hasn't seen the show or wants to see the ending, please do not watch this video. Please go watch it and then come back to this. But what I think of the entirety of season 5 and the ending, the finale of the show, just really underwhelming, man. I mean, when you look at, I'll put up some pictures of the posters and like the material that they put out to like kind of hype people up. And this was like what I first saw not too long ago whenever I went to go see like what kind of like stuff they're putting out, the trailers and stuff going into season 5, like what they got in store and that, getting myself hyped up to watch it, you know, because now the way that The Boys works, if you guys didn't know, really I think any Amazon Prime show, because Invincible does this too, they release an episode once a week, and for The Boys it was Wednesday. I don't know if Invincible does that as well. I also watch Invincible, by the way. It's just I don't watch it as closely as The Boys. I watch The Boys a lot more than Invincible. I'm sorry. I know. I love both shows to death. It's just I prefer The Boys more. I watched The Boys literally since about season 3. I watched Invincible about also pretty early into the show, but I mean, I don't know why I just gravitated more towards The Boys. I thought it was not a way cooler concept, but just a cooler concept to me. Just my opinion. But anyways, basically how this all started was back whenever, you know, season 5, it was getting to the point, I forget exactly what time, I'll put it up on screen, about what time they were gonna start releasing the posters and then to start releasing episodes for season 5. And these posters, man, they look sick. Like, it looked like it was gonna be a whole showdown. It looked like it was gonna be crazy. The way that season 4 had ended, man, you would have thought like literally the whole thing throughout the show was scorched earth, bro. Like, you thought Butcher and Homelander were about to just go crazy in this season 5, and I was so ready for it, bro. And basically how it started was, I believe, now don't get me wrong, I might have missed some details here. I apologize, people, I apologize. Like I said, this is a very like scrappily put together video. I literally just hop behind my computer right now and I'm just recording this because I've seen a lot of people talk about this, so I want to give my opinion. I just want to give my opinion. Yeah, so anyways, in the first episode of season 5, basically it shows what happened to the boys after they got captured in season 4. They're in this like Homelander concentration camp, basically. And basically the whole premise of the episode, it basically ends A-Train's arc. And A-Train dies in the episode. To be fair, at first I was really like, I wasn't like upset, but I was just like, dang, man, I wish they would have like kept A-Train for at least like 2 episodes into the season. They just were like, bing, there goes his arc, he's done, redemption over. Like, I thought that was a little too quick. But then going forward, I was like, well, I mean, it was the perfect plot to get him out of the concentration camp, and A-Train's story is basically done. There's really nothing else they can do with his character that will really move the plot forward, in my opinion. I just think that, you know, him turning good was really just the whole part of his character, going from the 7, helping Homelander, being one of Homelander's right-hand guys, to literally becoming one of the boys, I mean, in the group. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was getting there, he was pushing it, and then, you know, obviously he died. And the way he died, dude, it actually brought me to tears. Like, it brought me to tears more than Butcher's death in the finale, surprisingly. But I think that's because there was a lot more time, way more time, of the Kripke and the show creators and the writers fleshing out A-Train's character, and you really see like his fall from grace and then his rising from the ashes. Literally, like, you see his like character come back to life in a sense, like literally coming to the good side, you know. And it really hit me whenever you can feel it happening, like he was gonna die. Like, if you watch that last scene, and again, I have to say this for the video's sake, Anthony Starr, you need to win an Oscar, bro, or something, an Emmy. I don't care what award. It needs to be something where he could be given his flowers, bro, because I know some people are thrashing this finale. Some people are having good reviews, but it's more majority negativity. Obviously, in any situation, negativity weighs the positivity. But I just think, man, he just needs his flowers, bro. Please. Think what you think about the finale. Think what you think about the show in general. I don't care. But bro, literally, for the past, I think The Boys have been going on for 7 years now. It is insane how much Anthony Starr, or my bad, Anthony, I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, because I think he's Australian.
And let me tell you, he's got a nice pair of smooth criminals down under.
But anyways, Anthony, bro, he literally, for majority of the seasons, he carries so hard, bro. You literally, and I've seen people, I'm kind of repeating what other people have been saying, so don't be surprised if you hear myself repeat other people have been saying. But basically, you literally see Homelander's mental deterioration throughout the entire show, and it's so crazy to see how well Anthony Starr, from start to finish, even with underwhelming season 5, how he can turn it around and making it his own. Literally, I've seen people comparing him to Heath Ledger, which I mean it is a little weird. The only thing I could see people really getting upset about, the only thing they could say is because he's the first to play Homelander. But why would they, who would reboot The Boys? You know what I'm saying? The comics were horrible, if you guys didn't know that. That's another reason why The Boys isn't really mainstream or anything like that, I feel like, is because the literal source material that it's based off of really isn't even that good. And then Eric Kripke, bro, shout out to him, bro. That dude can make some good shows. Supernatural with Jensen Ackles, by the way, dude. Another guy in the show. Please let him win an Emmy or something, bro. His performance as well is stellar in the show. I'm kind of excited to see the spinoff. I wish they didn't push it as hard as they did. Low-key, I'm going to watch it just so I can see Jensen Ackles go. I'm being for real. I'm not even joking, bro. I genuinely think he did an amazing job. Just a little bit below Anthony Starr, but that's only because the writers, man, they screwed Jensen Ackles over in season 5, which I'll try and get to as well if I can remember through all this yapping. But yeah, man, basically in episode 2, I believe, and really throughout all these episodes, people have been saying it's a lot of filler in these episodes, right? I kind of see where they're coming from, but I mean, I could see from one side how they're trying to flesh out the characters one last time. Starlight meets her dad, who she never got to meet all the way since she was little, I believe, is what she said. She hadn't gotten to see or meet him for years, and she finally meets him in this crazy crusade of getting all the Starlighters out of America and all this and that, and they finally meet while she's grown in that. And I really enjoy those moments. It's not bad by any means necessary. It's good. Acting wise, Erin Moriarty, I think that's how you say that. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing. She did also a really great job with the show. Everybody really did great with the show, if I'm being for real. Everybody. I mean, every single actor, literally. Yeah, all the little filler in between, don't get me wrong, if you're asking me, it's filler. I feel in a season 5, this is your finale season, right? You have to do something, you have to build up to the finale. Throughout season 5, it's they don't really even mention or get to the finale. If you ask me, until episode 7, that's when you really feel the build up. You know what I'm saying? This is when they really start getting into it. It's dude, we're 1 episode away from the finish line. What are we doing? And Eric Kripke has come out and he said oh, well, people are expecting a different show if they think we're gonna do all this fights and all this and that. We don't have a budget or something like that, bro. Which I've heard people say in the comments. I'm not saying he said that, by the way. I want to make that clear. I'm just throwing that in there, but I digress. Yeah, man, it's I don't know. I have nothing but love and respect for Eric Kripke, bro. Both of his shows, I'm determined now to see any of his other shows. Yeah, man, I love his work, bro. It's just, I wish they would have handled season 5 and really season 4 a little bit better. Season 4, you can start to see the tides turn for the worst. You can kind of see some of the essence of The Boys from season 3, 2, and 1. The pizzazz, the oomph that was there. The story building was kind of just going away. and we're kind of drifting towards, let's just end the show, or let's get an ending in, you know, it's like, let's just get this over with. Like, I don't know, man. I personally pick season 4's build up to their finale for that, even though that wasn't the finale, but you know what I'm saying, the last episode for that season, over season 5, which is the finale for the show. Like, it's incredible. And I do want to say, people also have been saying like, oh, well, what do people think about, like, did they fumble the show, or like the finale of the show and that? I mean, not really, because the finale is still entertaining as hell. They hit the main points. You see Ryan's story conclude, you see Huey and Starlight's story conclude, you see Kamiko's story conclude, obviously Frenchie's, you see Homelander's, you see really everybody. The only thing that you don't see is really, again, what they should have been building up to and like saving time in the finale for, which is, I've seen, and by the way, shout out to all the Instagram and the TikTok accounts that have been pointing this out, because I completely missed this whenever I did my first watch of the season. I didn't know this until I went on TikTok and I started watching people's reviews and stuff, which is also what sparked this video. So shout out to y'all. Basically what they've been saying is like, they didn't even cover the fact of like, what was the repercussions of Homelander killing the president? What do people think of Supes now that they see Homelander's true colors and seeing like who he really was? And like how superpowers kind of made him go crazy. We don't see any of that. What's going to happen with Vought in them, which I personally think that's why the viewer, I forget how a singer, the new president who comes in now in the finale, he comes back as president. I forget what it's called. It's like Bureau for Superhero something. And I hope that's like them trying to cover like how Vought is going to be kept under control now. Like now that Homelander has been killed and like shown how corrupted superheroes can be, you know. I hope that's them trying to keep them on a leash, you know what I'm saying? And like watching over superheroes so that A-Train killing Robin, that doesn't happen again. Or all the killings from Soldier Boy and all the like dirty, messed up stuff that Vought has covered up over the years can finally be brought to the light, and all of these like bad things stop happening. And there won't be another Homelander like Butcher was saying in the finale. Which again, I wanted to cover this too. I feel like they handled Butcher pretty well. People say his death was pretty sad and like, oh, he wasn't going to pull the trigger to release the virus into the sprinkler system. But I think, if you ask me, I'm going to try my hardest to put this into words, but I do see where they were coming from by killing him. Granted, he could have, alright, this is what I think could have happened if he stayed alive, right? He could have stayed alive. Huey couldn't have shot him, or like probably could have stood there, you know, like shaking, and like he was gonna pull the trigger, but he just couldn't do it because it's Butcher. I feel like Butcher, like he didn't really like the point of like the finale too, the second, like the last little bit, was to show how Butcher lost everybody. He lost Terror, who was like his right hand man, and really kept his humanity throughout the entire season and all the seasons of The Boys. And then he lost Ryan because Ryan didn't want to associate with him because he's a bad person, which I mean, I get where Ryan's coming from. I did want to say this too, but I mean, Butcher had to act and do all these like messed up things to kill Homelander. Like I don't know how he doesn't see that Homelander is what brought all that nasty like I don't even know how to say it, vile stuff out of Butcher. Like granted, Kessler, like that whole little side plot, that revealed that like Butcher's always had a crazy side, an evil side, a disturbing side. Like he ain't afraid to get dirty, you know what I'm saying? But again, all the messed up killings and stuff was to get to Homelander. That's why I think Ryan should at least gave him a little bit of a chance when he said, fresh clean slate, we'll go out we'll start a new life and we'll go from there. Like, I think that's what Becca would have wanted. And I do see where Butcher's coming from. I do feel like Ryan could have gave him a chance. But the fact that Ryan said, nah, I don't want to associate with you either, because you're also a very bad person. Even though you saved the day, and even he says, like, I know when my dad was, but I can't. I completely understand. I agree with Ryan. But my thing is, the fact that they killed Butcher in the finale, right? I feel like that's like almost like a full circle moment for Butcher's character, because throughout season 3, I forget the superhero that puts him in like that little like dream state where like he falls asleep and like he's in like a recurring nightmare. It's like the episode where him, Soldier Boy, and Huey are just walking through the woods trying to get the rest of his crew, I think, kill them all. Basically, like, you see, and even the finale, they call back to it where he sees Lenny, and it shows like how Butcher like just can't help but make things worse. You know what I'm saying? Butcher, I think, like, when Huey calls him out on it in season 5 as well, like, he lost his humanity. I think he really did. Like, once he lost everything, his humanity went with it, you know? And for a brief second, you see, it's so beautiful that you could see his finger, like, barely lift off the button. Or, like, he was gonna stop. He wasn't gonna pull the trigger. Because he could see in Huey's eyes the humanity that he thought he lost, but he got it back just for a second. And just for that second, that canary came swooping in. Lenny, Huey, I don't know about Kessler, but Lenny and Huey, like, he could see the humanity in their eyes, and he left it off for a second, and it winds up getting them killed because he just can't resist just taking Soups out for once and for all. And, like, I don't know why, man. I might be wording it, like, poorly. But, again, I really like how his story ended. If you ask me, if Butcher would have stayed alive and, like, say, like, he didn't go and, like, live and, like, at least hang out with Huey here and there to keep his humanity, keep his sane, I feel like Butcher would have been a worse person. Not intentionally. Like, the way that Butcher was as a person, I think we all could probably agree he would have probably did some crazy stuff. Whether, like, through the military, through the Secret Service, through something like that, you know what I'm saying? Going to kill Soups on secret missions and stuff like that from out of country, because I remember, I think Homelander, like, literally gave away Compound V to all kinds of countries, ran it across the world. Like, crazy, bro. Crazy. For now, that's all I gotta say on the matter. Oh, and one last thing. The season, I kind of already covered it, but I just want to repeat myself one more time. Season 5 was underwhelming, but low-key, I did want to say this. The posters that they had for, like, Season 5 made it even more underwhelming. Let me explain, right? In the posters, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, basically, they showed, like, a fallen Vought tower, Butcher standing on rubble, like, Homelander standing above, like, hovering above the earth, hands behind his back, and he's just, like, staring down at, like, just chaos. Like, oh, man, I would have killed for that. And the literal poster for the finale. They literally call back to the comics. This is the most fraudulent behavior. This is one thing I don't like, Eric Key and showrunners. Why did y'all do that, bro? I genuinely, I think everybody, I can speak for everybody. We all thought that was going to happen. The fact that they were like, nah, this is scorched earth. Like, we're about to go. In the captions for the post, for that poster, I still remember it on Instagram. They said, gonna knock on, like, on the devil's door. I know that was a part of it. We're gonna knock on the devil's door, bro. Like, bro, it looked like it was about to be, like, going down. Then not only did none of that happen, the entire fight between Butcher and Homelander happened in the Oval Office, just so that you guys know. It didn't even go outside, it didn't get crazy. The only fight that went, like, outside the White House was Starlight in the Deep, which was also kind of stupid, because Starlight didn't know that the Deep had enemies in the ocean now, or, like, the ocean didn't like him anymore, like his ocean friends. So why would she take him to the one part of the world where he is most powerful at, to fight him to the death? She takes him to the beach, right next to the ocean. And, like, granted, I could see, like, how she didn't want to kill him, and, like, just kind of, like, send him away, and, like, try and even, like, she even tries to change him, even after all the shit he's pulled to all of them, man. Even Starlight the most. She's like, Deep, I know there's still good in you. You don't have to do this. Please think about what you're doing. And, like, you see in his eyes. And again, dude, like, just like the way that they shot it. Again, I don't think the finale's that bad. It's just underwhelming. It comes short of what they were trying to, of what they actually set up for this entire show. You know what I'm saying? But you could see in his eyes for, like, a split second of, like, humanity, and, like, that he's sorry, and that he really, like, he wants to change. And then last second, he's like, you could just see his eyes widen, and he's like, no. And, like, a little, like, sissy voice, like, no, like, his voice cracks and all that. It's silly. But, man, like, And I'm not like sighing as in like I wish the Deep turned good. I like that the Deep stayed bad. Like he deserves his fate. He deserved what he got. It just, this entire season's been all over the place, man. I really, really wish they didn't do what they did and like hyped it up the way that they did to get people riled up for just a basic finale. Like, in my opinion, I would say this is a better finale than Game of Thrones. This is a better finale than Stranger Things. But I mean, it sits at the top of the poopy pile. You know what I'm saying? Like finales, like this, it doesn't really go crazy. Like this isn't like something I would even put in like in a C like ranking. I would say more like a D. Like, especially for the fact that they tried to make it seem like something it wasn't, and tried to like make us think that this was going to be crazy, and it just wasn't at all. It was just like, basically the finale is you see what happens to all the boys, like their endings and stuff like that. You see what happens to Ryan. Vought continues, like really everything in the world goes back to normal the way it was before just without Homelander, basically. Like no Seven, no nothing, like it just goes back to that. Like there's no like you don't see what happens with Stan Edgar in that, if he really is going to change, which he probably isn't. How do people think of Supes and stuff like that now? How is that going to be handled in the public? And like, how is that going to work in the everyday lives of these people in the and like in this world? Like, it's just none of that is covered. It just feels like like the end of The Boys. That's it. They're just like, oh well, there you go. Then the boys are over. Everybody's story is complete. Hope you guys are happy. Like, what the heck? And then they kept on setting up the plot for Vought Rising, bro. It was so forced that they literally brought Soldier Boy back in season 5 for nothing. literally, bro. They brought him back, and I think it was episode 7, dude. Homelander puts him to sleep after he tries to leave forever. Like, go down to Mexico, I think he said, and just go crazy, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he puts him to sleep there before he can go and get out and like walk away. He puts him back in the cryo chamber, and that's just to the end of his story. We don't even know what happens to Soldier Boy either, by the way. That's also not covered at all. Oh my god, dude. Like, it's just crazy, man. They had so much potential with this show. And it feels like they also, like, that's another thing, they also just squandered, like I said, the essence and the pizzazz and the oomph that the show had through seasons 1 through 3, man. They were on such a good run. And then like season 4, it felt like they kind of got a little lazy with the writing, but they still picked it up in the finale of season 4. Then in season 5, man, they just lost the plot, bro. They said, we're gonna go hard on season 1, or I mean episode 1 of season 5. Then we're gonna go we'll get sentimental on 7, and then episode 8 we'll just end the show. Like, bro, dude. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there before I go any crazier than that. I appreciate you guys for watching the app. Let me know what you guys think of The Boys and like what your thoughts are on the matter. I'll give my thoughts as well if you guys want to comment, or you know, whatever you guys want to do. I don't care. So yeah. Also, if you guys didn't notice as well, I have some new merch out on top of the new merch that I put out, the 2026 merch. I'll put some up on screen. I hope you guys enjoy that as well. I'll put some of the new stuff on there. If you go to my website as well, that's where you can catch my Instagram, my Twitch. All my socials will be on there in some way, shape, or form. If you guys want to support the channel, please give that a little look-see. But other than that, y'all, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. And please make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications down. We don't miss any of my new videos that are to come. I appreciate you guys for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, I think it's really weird that Starlight and Huey decide to name their baby after Robin. Like, what was that, dude? Let me know what y'all think about that too. But anyways, peace. Open these eyes, how they're hiding from the